Hi everyone. I'm Elizabeth with Snap One ADI, and today we have Clara Shades on the call, our Clara Shades team, Alex, Jason, and Masa. They'll be reviewing their latest updates. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to use the Q&A feature that you'll see at the bottom of your screen, and we'll make sure to address all your questions at the end of the presentation. But without further ado, I'm going to let Alex and Jason introduce themselves and the floor is yours, y'all.
Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. You already did a great introduction, introducing Alex and myself, so thank you so much for that. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. It's a true pleasure to have you here, and as you know, in September of this year, we had the opportunity to showcase our booth for a second consecutive year at CEDIA held in Denver. For the second year in a row, we are excited to present a CEDIA virtual tour, allowing those of you who couldn't join us in Denver to explore our booth from the comfort of your very own location. We greatly appreciate the time you're taking today to experience the CEDIA Virtual Tour 2024. So let's dive right in and start with our anthem video, which was played on one of the screens in a loop at our booth. Alex, if you can.
In the ever-evolving world of home automation, where technology meets comfort, one name stands out above the rest: Clara. With close to 2 decades of experience in the industry, Clara has established itself as a pioneer in motorized shade solutions. What sets Clara apart is our unwavering commitment to excellence. From exhaustive research to impeccable design and cutting-edge engineering, our motorized shade solutions captivate with their visual appeal. Whether it's our indoor shades or our outdoor solutions, you can trust that each product is backed by years of experience, meticulous craftsmanship, and a dedication to surpassing industry standards. We understand that time is of the essence for both you and your clients. That's why we've streamlined our processes to provide a quick turnaround, ensuring that projects are completed on schedule. But our commitment doesn't stop at the products alone. Our comprehensive team, equipped with a robust 3-tier support system, is here to assist you every step of the way. From conceptualizing designs and generating accurate quotes, to helping with seamless installations and providing programming support, we offer the right guidelines and unwavering assistance to ensure your success. With the increasing demand for motorized shades in today's market and Clara's competitive pricing structure, partnering with Clara Shades opens doors to new opportunities and enables dealers to expand and grow their business. Choose a partner that understands your reality and delivers exceptional products and unparalleled service. Visit our website at clarashades.com to learn more and experience the difference with Clara. Clara, see the difference.
All right. So, as you probably already know, we have an exclusive partnership with Snap One for over a year now. This collaboration has enabled us to offer services that are tailored to your unique needs. Our ongoing partnership is a reflection of our commitment to delivering high-quality products. So, as we change to the next slide, you should see this is the shade that was featured in the Snap One booth at CEDIA. So this is a PoE shade with a white linen fabric in our enclosed Type 3 system. What was particularly interesting in the Snap One booth, as you can see on the top left of our shade, are the Clara panels. This PoE shade was integrated directly with the Clara platform, which is distributed by Snap One. This integration was one of the new features showcased at CEDIA this year, and we were really excited to highlight it. So now what we're seeing is a Clara shade that was also featured in the ADI booth at CEDIA, located just a little further across the showroom floor. Now, this shade was integrated with the Control 4 platform and is displayed as well in a Type 3 system. Additionally, the fabric used here is the Nova fabric from our Deco collection, which was showcased in the setup, adding a stylish touch to the overall design. So, one great way to make the most of Snap One's partner rewards program is by selling Clara Shades. For every dollar you spend, you will earn 3 reward points. This reward system is built to provide you with the added value and makes Clara Shades even more beneficial as a choice for your projects and sales efforts.
Now let's kick off the tour with a video provided by Rave. We're proud to mention that they awarded us the best new shading product, which is a great honor for us. So without further ado, here's the first video of our tour.
Hello everyone, good to see you again. Welcome back to CEDIA Expo 2024. My name is Jason. I'm here with Clara Shades, and I'm really excited to welcome you into my bedroom. I don't usually let everybody in my bedroom, but I feel like I know you guys. So here in the suite, we're showing our dual shade. So that's 2 shades in one enclosure. You can have a blackout shade for the nighttime with a transparency shade, and I'll just bring that down like it's the morning. So my nighttime shade's going up and my daytime shade's coming down. This is all mounted in an industry-leading 5.5-inch enclosure. And as well, we have this incredibly tight, even tighter than last year, light gap, about 5/8 of an inch. And again, that is super, super tight in terms of a light gap. Along with our dual shades, we have single motorized shades, we have coupled shades, we have outdoor shades. Any window treatment needs that you have, you can find us at www.clarashades.com.
We're happy to share some of the progress we've made this year in enhancing our product line. One of our achievements is reducing the light gap across our shades. We've successfully minimized the light gap to just 5/8 of an inch for the S-Line 12-volt, S-Line 24-volt, S-Line PoE, and A-Line series. This improvement is already in effect.
All right. So now it's time to explore our PoE lineup. It's been designed for reliable and efficient wired shading solutions. So in today's world, where everything is becoming a network device, it only makes sense to have a shading motor that is directly connected and controlled through the network. That's why we have the PoE motor. This motor is a fully wired solution, meaning both power and communication are handled over a hard wire. And you can use a Cat5e or better. The range of this network wire is an incredible 328 feet per run. The PoE shade has 2 very easy ways to commission it. There's either the web GUI interface, where you can simply scan your network to find the IP address of your shade and then log directly into them, or you can use the commissioning software. The commissioning software, which you install on your computer, allows you to find and easily commission the shades. This software gives you a very detailed control over the motor speed, more so than many other solutions on the market. Now, since the solution is entirely network-based, it is very reliable and cost-effective. However, it does require a PoE plus switch, not just a standard PoE switch. And you must ensure the switch has sufficient power budget to operate all the shades in the project. Each shade requires a maximum of 30 watts of power at its initial up or down movement. At CEDIA, system integrators were amazed by the back end of the solution with just a core processor and a PoE switch provided by Snap. That's all it took. Super clean and very easy to install. Integrators who have terminated thousands of network connections like yourselves will find this solution very straightforward. There are no additional accessories needed, and you don't even need an electrician to bring you power to your shade panel since it's just a PoE switch that you plug into the wall. Now, I'd like to continue the tour with our next video.
I'm here with my Clara Shades team, and we're at the CEDIA 2024, and I'd like to welcome you into our lounge, where you can see one of our PoE Plus motors with a lovely deco fabric in a 3.5-inch enclosure. We're really excited this year because not only do we have PoE Plus motors, but for larger shades, we have PoE Plus Plus motors.
So I just need to clarify one thing. In my excitement, I mentioned it that it was a 3.5. It's actually really just a 3.1/8-inch enclosure. With that said, we're proud to announce the launch of our new PoE Plus Plus motor, a significant advancement for our product lineup. Historically, our PoE motors with the capacity of up to 30 watts allowed us to handle shades up to 118 inches wide by 120 inches tall. But with the introduction of PoE Plus Plus motors, which is even more powerful, we can now accommodate extra large windows, coupled shades, and extensive setups like living rooms with expansive glass panels, all within a single PoE system. This new motor retains the reduced light gap feature, enhancing the sleek look of our shades. Now, when selecting a PoE on our portal, the system will automatically upgrade to a PoE Plus Plus motor for custom designs exceeding 118 inches. It's important to note that these motors require a PoE Plus Plus port on the network switch. That's a standard that's rapidly becoming more common, with many switches now offering 4 to 8 PoE Plus Plus ports at 60 watts each. With this powerful addition, the PoE lineup is now fully equipped to handle even the most demanding large-scale projects, making it versatile and robust as a solution for all Snap One dealers. So, when it comes to designing shades, it's crucial to allocate a dedicated 15 to 20 amp circuit for every 20 to 25 shades. This guideline applies to all our indoor shades, including the S-line Zigbee, the Q-line, and the PoE shades. For PoE shades, remember that 100 watts of PoE budget equals approximately 1.05 amps of consumption. This is essential for determining the right network switch for your needs. So you need to stay updated on network switches as their specifications frequently change. When choosing switches, consider the maximum power budget and the number of PoE Plus or PoE Plus Plus ports for your first project. Conservatively estimate 30 watts per PoE Plus and 60 watts for the PoE Plus Plus shades. Arachnus switches, such as the 300, 600, and 900 series provided by Snap, are compatible with our PoE shades. If you use the 900 series, remember it may be required to add an additional power supply unit to reach its full potential.
Let's take a look at our Zigbee lineup, bringing you the latest in wireless shading technology. So now I'd like to introduce you to our S-line Zigbee motors. This lineup includes 3 types of motorization to suit various needs. First, we have the S-line battery shade. This motor uses a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, eliminating the need for disposable batteries and ladder climbing for battery swaps. With our magnetic pigtail adapter charging solution, the battery is good for 500 cycles, typically lasting about 1 year with standard use, opening the shade in the morning and closing it at night. Next, we offer the 24-volt DC motor. This motor not only provides reliable operation, but also acts as a router, extending the range of the Zigbee mesh network, similar to Control 4 Zigbee mesh repeaters. This capability ensures a robust and flawless operation. Finally, we have the 12-volt Zigbee motor, a more cost-effective option that does not include the routing function, but still provides dependable performance. The Zigbee lineup boasts a reliable range of 75 feet, though in practice it often exceeds this distance. With a repeater, you can extend the range even further, ensuring comprehensive coverage for all your shades. This solution also includes a proprietary handheld remote control, offered a simple and convenient way to operate the shades without needing a gateway. Alternatively, you can add these remotes to convenient locations like bedside tables for quick access. The shade and remote communicate with a gateway over Zigbee mesh, which then connects to third-party control system as a network-controlled device. You can add up 60 devices in one system, including shade motors, remotes, and routing plugs. If a project requires more than 60 devices, multiple Taoma switches can be integrated seamlessly. The self-healing mesh of the Zigbee solution ensures continuous operation, even if one node fails, as the mesh recalculates to find another communication path until repairs can be made. With the Taoma app, you can view and control your shades from anywhere with an internet connection and create schedule based on astronomical or fixed times. Once the Taoma switch is added, integration with most commonly used third-party control system becomes straightforward. In a Zigbee mesh, the first type of device you need is the Zigbee coordinator, which in this case is our Taoma gateway. You will need one Taoma gateway per project supporting up to 60 shades. Next, you have the routing devices, which includes the S-line 24-volt Zigbee shades and the router plugs. These powered devices act as Zigbee routers, building the Zigbee mesh by relaying messages until they reach their final target. Finally, we have the Zigbee end devices, which includes the S-line battery Zigbee shades, the S-line 12-volt Zigbee shades, and the remotes. These devices receive and send messages but do not extend the range of the mesh. Now let's take a look at our outdoor shades. The outdoor shade have enclosed or open roll configuration, both with hardware that have an exterior graded powder coated finish. Ultralock technology locks the shades securely, maintaining fabric tightness and resisting tempering. Adjustable inner rails offers installation flexibility, even in out-of-square areas. Our Clara outdoor shade combines ZitFed and Ultralock technology for superior performance. Moreover, our shades are equipped with obstacle detection technology, which automatically retracts the shade if it encounters an obstruction during closures. This feature helps prevent harm to children and pets by stopping the shade from moving downward when an object is detected. So let's continue our tour at CEDIA with the next video.
Hi everyone, this is Jason from Clara Shades, and we're at CEDIA Expo 2024. I'd like to welcome you into my backyard where we have this amazing outdoor shade. This shade has been designed with technology in the top, the middle, and the bottom. If we start at the top of the shade, we have obstacle detection, which will protect your shade from unraveling if it comes in contact with an object in its travel. It just pops back up, you remove the obstacle, and then send that shade back down to the bottom. Talking about the bottom of the shade, as it travels down, you're gonna notice that the fabric is a little bit loose. I mean, it's still beautiful, but when it gets down to the bottom, the Ultralock mechanism is gonna secure that shade in place and make it even more resistant to the wind. So if you check it out now, the fabric doesn't even move. We have a cable guided and a side channel solution, and this shade will offer you protection from both the sun, well not both, but from sun, wind, and rain, and even insects when you install it with the dual side channel.
So through the Clara portal, standard shades are available in width up to 16 feet and drops of 10 feet, fitting most spaces effectively. For larger areas, custom dimensions can be ordered up to 23 feet wide and 16 feet in drop. Clara outdoor shades feature innovative zip technology, providing hidden fabric retention for enhanced durability and aesthetics. In this short video, we will explore two of these standout features. The Ultra Lock system features a robust, heavy-duty latching pin combined with a hidden integrated design that ensures a reliable solution, which comes assembled for a quick and easy installation. Unlike any other solution, the patented technology of the Ultra Lock achieves automatic one-action lock and tensioning. The zip lock technology is discreetly integrated within the side rails, firmly securing the fabric in place for a clean, streamlined look. This precise system guarantees no gaps between the fabric and the rails, ensuring smooth and effortless operation. Now we'll be watching a video that first demonstrates the aesthetic of our outdoor shade, followed by a wind-resistant test conducted in a controlled environment. The test features a 9 by 9 foot outdoor shade, and this video really highlights the product's incredible wind resistance, make it one of the strongest shades on the market today. This video was on one of the television in our booth. So let's look at it. So feel free to share it with your clients. It's available on our portal through a YouTube link. The wind sensor is available for purchase in the Add Accessories section of the Clara portal. This 24-volt DC device can be plugged in outdoors or connected via a 16-2 wire. It features an adjustable knob that allows you to set the wind speed threshold from 6 to 31 miles per hour. Now let's look at the wiring specification of our shades. You can easily refer back to this documentation section of the Clara portal. If you have any questions, just give us a shout and we'll point you toward it. The idea here is to show you that what wire is required for each solution. At the top, you can see the outdoor shades requires 120 volt, 2 amps for power. As we move down the chart, we see that the S-line 12 volt and 24 volt solution only requires a 2-conductor wire for the appropriate gauge, as it uses wireless mesh communication. The PoE solution requires Cat5e or better for both power and communication. To reach a motor that is less than 100 feet away, an 18-gauge wire is sufficient. For distances up to 150 feet, a 16-gauge wire is recommended. And for runs up to 240 feet, a 14-gauge wire is ideal. Finally, you can see that the PoE solution supports an impressive 328 feet per run.
That really is an impressive length that you can run that PoE wire. So it's time to explore our hardware options, highlighting the key components that make our shades both versatile and efficient. We'll continue our CEDIA tour with the next video.
Now I'd like to show you our newly released chrome end caps. Last year when we came, everybody was clamoring about a metallic end cap. We listened to the industry, and so this year we've brought it out. This is featured on our open roll shade. We also offer enclosed shades in 3 and 4 inch hardware with adjustability, making your installation job that much easier, as well as our 5.5 inch hardware that allows you to do dual roll shades in a single enclosure.
All right, so dimensions. For our indoor shades, you can effortlessly configure them on the portal with widths ranging from 24 inches up to 118 inches and drops extending up to 16 feet. This range covers many scenarios, but not all. So for shades that are outside of these specifications, you can submit a custom request, which our engineering team will evaluate. We can accommodate shades up to 150 inches wide and 20 feet long. To do this, first, build the shade on the portal within the standard limits, and then use the custom request option on the left-hand side of the portal to specify your particular requirements. Our engineering team will review and update the project with the custom shade very quickly. In terms of hardware, we have 2 options. We have the enclosed and the open roll shade. The upper picture shows an enclosed shade, while the lower picture shows an open roll shade. Both are elegant solutions and just depend on the desired final result. So when it comes to our 3 and 4 inch enclosed hardware, they are designed for easy installation, featuring a built-in leveling adjustment. Yep, that's right. This means you don't need to remove the shade to adjust it if it's not perfectly level, simplifying the installation process. Our 5.5 inch hardware is ideal for dual shades, allowing for both blackout and transparency shade in one enclosure, which is very popular in bedrooms. This hardware is also suitable for extremely tall shades. Both enclosed and open roll shades come with elegant end caps, making them suitable for both inside and outside mount installations. All of the hardware is available in multiple colors and finishes, including black, white, vanilla, a gray anodized, and they come in both glossy and matte options. Every shade we build is customized to meet the specific requirements of each project. Whether it's an open roll or an enclosed shade, both options can be set up as single or coupled, fitting large windows side by side that are becoming more common. On the right side of the screen, you'll see the setup available with our 5.5 inch fascia, which supports a dual shade configuration. This feature is ideal for spaces that require both transparency and blackout capabilities, such as a master bedroom. It allows both types of shades to be housed in the same fascia and enclosure. So as many of you know, our brackets for the 3 and 4 inch fascias are adjustable. This simplifies the installation process and ensures a precise clean finish. Our enclosed hardware supports reverse fascias for shades in reverse roll configuration, and you can add both a back and front fascia for a polished look from both the inside and the outside. As mentioned earlier, these fascias are available in 4 colors and 2 finishes, the glossy or the matte. Now, our brackets for the 5.5 fascia are designed to support either single or dual shades, giving you the flexibility to combine blackout and translucent fabrics, a popular option in bedrooms. When it comes to our open roll option, we offer sleek finished end caps that enhance the aesthetic of the open roll design. These end caps come in 5 colors: white, vanilla, gray, black, and the newly released chrome. If an aluminum pocket is needed for a project, dealers can choose from 2 sizes. We have the 5x5 pocket or the 6x6 pocket. Both options are designed to conceal the shade using our pocket closure. If the project already includes a custom-built pocket for concealing the shades, partners can use our eye clip and pocket closure combination to achieve a finished look. For creating that blackout environment, we offer side channels and bottom channels as well. All these architectural options are available in the accessory section of the dealer portal. Additionally, we provide comprehensive documentation that is self-explanatory and accessible on the portal. Now, what would a shade be without its fabric, right? So let's dive into our fabric collection here. At Clara, we truly excel in innovation, and we have streamlined our fabric selection by curating a collection that covers 90% of the most popular choices on the market today. First, we have our modern collection. This collection offers 4 stylish colors in translucent shades available in 1, 3, 5, or 10% opacity. And for each color that's transparent, we also have a matching blackout option with a white backing. Next, we'll discuss our Deco collection, which features a wider range of sophisticated colors and finishes, perfect for those seeking an elegant touch. The translucent fabrics in this collection also come with a white backing to maintain a consistent exterior appearance. We've been emphasizing the white backing because the end user usually prefers a uniform look from the outside. Lastly, our outdoor collection, which is designed for exterior use, offers 2 transparency options and 9 vibrant colors. This collection enhances outdoor living spaces while providing privacy and protection from the sun, wind, rain, and even insects. Our sample books are not only affordable, but also convenient, making it easy to carry and present fabric options to the customers. The 3 sample books are available on the dealer portal or directly off the shelf in every Snap One partner store.
Now let's dive into the features of the Clara dealer portal. So the dealer portal is designed to work seamlessly across all devices, cell phone, tablets, and laptops. You can access this directly through app.clarashades.com. Inside the portal, you can view all the projects linked to your account. So dealer portal update that we were showcasing at CEDIA it was a highly requested feature by many dealers. It's the ability to hide dealer costs. To access this feature, go to My Account and toggle the Dealer Costs Reveal button to off. Once it's turned off, all dealer costs are hidden throughout the portal. You can see here on the screen that the dealer costs have been removed from the Add New Shades section. Now moving on the next screen, we can see that the dealer costs have also been removed from the project section throughout the portal. This allows you to work on a quote at a client's location without showing the dealer costs. Just make sure that you've turned the feature off in My Account before visiting the client. It's always a good idea to test it beforehand by turning off the dealer cost, so you're ready to work on site without any issues. Another new feature, I don't have a slide for it, but it was released today, so look at it. Now in each project, there is the recommended accessories. So in the accessory section of each project, you will now see the recommended accessories at zero, quantity zero. So now you can go in there and just add it directly. So it's a new feature that we had some requests, especially by people starting in the shade business. So very cool feature. It was released yesterday, so don't have a slide for it, but go look at it in the portal. You'll see it's pretty cool, pretty neat. So now the Shade Simulator is a powerful visual tool available on our website at www.clarashades.com. It helps you show your customers different options like fabric choices, inside or outside mounts, open roll or enclosed setup, and views from both inside and outside. Additionally, you can integrate the simulator into your own website using a single line of HTML code found on the dealer portal. It allows you to keep your customers on your own site rather than redirecting them on our website.
Yeah, that's a super tool to get people educated on, the different looks. Really, really worth checking out and showing to the clients. So with our commitment to excellence and innovation, you can see the difference in every aspect of our product offerings and streamline approach to the dealer channel. At CEDIA, we were really, really proud. We got a credible award from Rave for the best new shading product this year. This is a huge accomplishment for us, and we owe it all to your continued support. So thank you once again. At Clara, we ensure that every project begins smoothly with our tailored pre-sales engineering consultations. After placing an order, our rapid lead times of 2 to 3 weeks for indoor shades and 4 to 6 weeks for outdoor shades enable you to meet deadlines with ease. On site, you can easily access our 3-tiered support system, whether it be by phone, email, or scheduling a Genius Squad session, ensuring you and your team receive timely and effective assistance whenever needed. You can access affordable sample books and demo stands either through the portal or at any Snap One store. Additionally, you have access to marketing collateral and an embedded shade simulator, which can be integrated directly into your own website. We offer a 30% discount on demo orders, which includes 5 indoor and 1 outdoor shade. As well, we have a 10% discount on your first order to get started on the right foot. Additionally, you earn 3 points for every dollar spent aligning with the reward system for Snap One's first-party product. Please remember to document any discounts in the project notes to ensure they are applied correctly. This is crucial for maintaining the integrity and accuracy of the ordering process. So, if you have any questions after today's session, please don't hesitate to call us or send an email to dealer@clarashades.com. Remember, you can also book a Genius Squad session through the portal at any time. Thank you all for being here with us today. We truly appreciate your engagement and participation. We're now happy to open the floor for any questions or thoughts you'd like to share. So don't hesitate to ask.
So we'll try to answer as many questions as we can. and we'll try to keep the question like in the boundaries of the today's webinar. So if your question is not selected today, don't hesitate to send a question at dealer@clarashades.com, and we will answer to you directly the answer to your question. So let's start here. So do the PoE switches need to be dedicated to only the shades, or can they be mixed with other PoE devices on the network? Jason?
Oh, you can definitely mix them with other PoE. So answering your question, they don't need to be dedicated. But as it was mentioned earlier, you just want to take into consideration the PoE budget to make sure that you're not overtaxing the switch.
Thank you. So what is the minimum width or height approximately in which we would be required to upgrade for PoE Plus to PoE Plus Plus? So by default, it's pretty much what the portal blocks limits you to do by yourself. And soon there will be a release of our portal, which will be an advanced mode for more advanced, shade installers. But right now you need to request a custom shade above 118 by 120 inches, so 118 wide by 120. It gonna requires a PoE plus motor, and above that, even if it's coupled, not only like if we start railroading the fabric or if you do like a bigger single shades, even when we start doing coupled shades, you will require PoE plus plus motors. But because as the state of the portal now, you will need to require a custom shade request, and we will turn those motor accordingly. Are those needed for Control 4 integration?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, go ahead, Jason.
So I'm not 100% sure what you're meaning. If it's the PoE switch, the PoE switch, or PoE plus switch would be needed for the integration, but more so to power and allow communication. With some of the other lineups, there's an actual gateway to allow the communication, but with the PoE solution, there's no other accessories. There's nothing else to buy.
And if we talk about the Zigbee lineup to do the Control 4 integration, you require the Talma. The PoE shades, you require nothing, no hub. It's really a direct communication. Each motor has its own API address. The Zigbee lineup has the Talma, and the outdoor shade as we recommend the Bond Bridge Pro available on our portal to do a Control 4 integration. So every lineup, in fact, and there's more lineup that we don't really cover today. There's the A line and the Q line that we didn't cover today. But every lineup of motor has its own hub or his own way to do the Control 4 integration. And like I said before, there's a new feature with the recommended accessories for a project, and it will recommend the right hub. So the portal is already guiding you. If you have any question, you can call us, book a Genius Squad session, or send us an email at dealer@clarashades.com, and we'll be able to review the accessories for your project to make sure that you have the right accessories to do your Control 4 integration. Hi, what is the size again for the dual shades pocket? Jason?
Yeah, so, and I see that the next question is asking about 5 by 5. So for a dual shade, it is the 5.5-inch hardware. That being said, you couldn't fit that into the 5 by 5 pocket. You would need to use our 6 by 6 pocket because the hardware is larger. So you can use the 6 for pretty much everything. The only time you couldn't use the 5 by 5 is with the dual shade hardware, or the 5.5-inch hardware.
And if I can just add something for Steven, let's say, because if you're doing a pocket, like sometimes ceilings are high. So the 5.5 by 5.5 system we saw earlier and that was showcased at CEDIA, those shades can reach, and seriously, it's a rule of thumb, but it's generally between 8 and 9 feet, generally more around 8 feet, but sometimes there's ways, and with certain fabric, we can reach a little bit higher. When you're doing a pocket in the ceiling, and you want the dual shade option, and your ceilings are way more high than what I just said, generally you're gonna use 2 times open roll system inside that pocket, and you generally want a 6x6 pocket. So now the next one, David, what is the difference between privacy and blackout in the Deco collection, Jason?
So privacy is a really great compromise between blackout and transparency fabric. It's a 0.5% transparency. So it's not pure blackout, meaning you can use it for great privacy in the daytime, but you can also get some natural light in the room. Whereas with a blackout fabric, yes, you definitely get privacy, but no natural light in the daytime. You're going to have to open that shade if you want to, let natural light into the room. So not being fully transparent and not being fully blackout, it's an excellent compromise, in between both worlds.
How do these integrate with SmartThing and or Alexa? So SmartThing and Alexa is supported with by the Taoma, so you can do the Zigbee lineup, not the PoE shade. If you use the PoE shade to do an integration with Alexa, you would need a system like Control4 compatible with Alexa. It's not a direct link with Alexa. The PoE shades, you require a system like Control4. On the portal, you can select the system you're trying to integrate with. It will narrow down the operators section, so you will see if the motor you want to use is compatible. But if you're telling me Alexa, I would redirect you to the Zigbee lineup first. Next question: can the outdoor shade be used as a motorized canopy on an angled?
So I
Jason?
mean,
Yeah.
I can grab this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gravity fed, right? And it's supposed to be installed vertically. So certainly not at a slope like like an awning would come out. The gravity is just not going to be able to pull that hem bar, even though it's a super, heavy hem bar. It just won't, deploy correctly. Retracting probably wouldn't be a problem, but having the shade come down, it's not, pulled. It's just gravity pulling it down. So no, ideally I would not install this as a canopy.
Because there is a friction also like at on the entire system because of this screen technology that makes it strong. It's really a system designed to be vertical. Hello, to become a dealer, do I go directly to the Clara sites or do I go through Snap? So you can go on www.clarashades.com, become a dealer section, and your request will be redirected to your nearest Snap store. So you can call your Snap store, in fact, and talk to them directly. But I just suggest you go on our website, and your Snap store will receive your demand to become a dealer. Now, next question: is there a method to integrate the Zigbee shades into a Control4 project without the hub? It's coming out. It's supposed to be mid-2025. There is a chance there is a delay and it's a little bit later. So direct communication is coming. Control4 needs to release the next the next evolution of their Zigbee mesh. So it's coming. Now it's getting closer and closer to that date. We have this question since many years, but since 2 years, we're saying that it's coming. Now the date of release is getting very, very close. So look at it. Trust us. We're going to make sure everybody knows when it's released. And hopefully we're showcasing it. If everything goes well, we're even showcasing it at next CEDIA next year. And in this next webinar, it will be one of our slides. I pre-wired with an 18.4, but the longest shade is around 178 feet. Can we make it work still? The answer is yes, it will. It will work, especially if you passed an 18 gauge speaker wire, which we probably did, because generally integrators, they have speaker wires and they use that for other purposes. I don't know one dealer personally who have like the speaker wires 18.2 or 16.2, and then they have like a cheap version, an ultra cheap version of an 18 gauge shade. So an 18 gauge wire. So generally the specs that you saw in the slide before are very conservative specs. I saw so many runs destroying those specs. I can talk about it for hours, but the answer is yes, it will work. The other thing you
And
can, yeah, go ahead.
sorry to cut you off there, Alex. Additionally, if it's an 18.4 and you're only
Yeah.
putting a single motor, you could certainly even, double up the pairs. You'd only need 2 conductors for power if it's the Zigbee lineup. PoE it wouldn't work, with an 18.2. So I'm assuming you're talking more in the Zigbee lineup. And just to be sure, if you're using a single motor, double up those pairs.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Thank you. So is there an API for third-party control for the PoE shades? No, it's not an open API. So requests, the drivers are it's a closed API, so the request really need to go to the Somfy driver development team. But no, it's a closed API. So how many and what type of batteries can you use, and what's the lifespan, Jason?
Yeah, so I love this question. Clara Shades, we use lithium-ion batteries, so you do not need to replace those batteries. They're going to way outlast the life of the shade. Answering the question, what's the lifespan? I mean, for the S-line battery, it has a 500 charging cycles, so you can recharge it 500 times. And as it was mentioned earlier, typical use, it lasts about 1 year before you need to recharge it. And finally, just something that it's real convenience with the pigtail adapter. You don't even have to climb up a ladder most of the time. We have a rigid rod that allows you to reach. I'm not very tall at 5'7", and I can reach well over 9.5 feet without even pulling out a ladder to recharge these batteries. So it's really a convenient option, a great option to use.
So there's like 8 minutes left and 15 more questions. So I think the timing will kind of be perfect there. I don't think we'll be able to take any more questions, but very good questions so far. Thank you, guys. Is there a way to rename the shades once they're in the Somfy system as it pertains to what Claire sees in its integration? Jason?
Well, you can certainly rename the shades in the the app. I know Claire integration pulls those names from, when you connect to it, and pulls those names from the hub. And at that point, you cannot, rename them in Claire. But inside the Tahoma, you definitely can rename them.
And just I think in CEDIA we spoke to the development driver team, and it's a request. So I think at one point, even in Claire, you'll be able to change it. But right now, like you said, you change it in the Tahoma and it's pulled by Claire. But there's a chance that a little bit like in Control 4, you can rename the shade after. You'll be able to do it at one point in an update. What kind of switches control work with the PoE motors? Can you use local only control? So no, there's no local only control. So let's start with this part of the question, and then the switches. So we spoke about the Arachnus, but it's working with any PoE plus or PoE plus plus switches. So I have if you want more, I have a template email that I send to a lot of dealers when they're starting doing PoE shades. So Dennis, if you want, just send us an email at dealer@clarashades.com and just ask the email that we send with the generic information for switches. There's a lot of switches with some specs, and it highlights the important specs you need to focus on, like how many ports, how many PoE plus plus ports, how many PoE plus plus ports, and the total power budget that a switch have, So the total power budget the switch can offer. So some only have 200 watts of power budget, some reaches 720 watts of budget. And there is some switches that offers more than 720 watts in one switch, but generally they are very expensive and they have more than one PSU. So be careful with that. Just make sure you buy everything requires when you go with those kinds of switches. I am new to the industry. Do I need any licenses or certification to become a dealer or installer and offer Clara Shades to my potential customers? The answer is no, but because what we offer in Clara, it's one-on-one trainings. So become a dealer. Number one, go on www.clarashades.com. Become a dealer. You will have access to the Clara portal, and your first step should be to book an individual training intro for the Clara Shades. It's going to be around an hour. We will cover the basics. And then what you should do is build your first project when you will have your first opportunity and review your project and review the accessories, booking another Genius Squad. So what we offer is one-on-ones. They are free, so they can help you ramp up, and you'll see it's customized to your speed. So trust me, it's the best formula. Next, can you share the PowerPoint? We will not share the PowerPoint. It's better than that. This video will be available on YouTube. So just look at it in the next, probably this week or next week. It will be available on YouTube in the Snap One channel, in the Snap One YouTube channel. Do you work with RTI? The answer is yes. Everything you saw today is compatible with RTI. The driver for RTI is the latest that was released for PoE. In fact, I think there was even an update that happened last week. Again, Dennis, buy local only. I mean, no internet connection required. If internet goes down, the shade will still continue working. So the
And you
answer
can
is yes.
pre-commission it without it too. It should work just fine.
Exactly.
You seem to. There's one question at the top. I don't know if you're intentionally.
I think I missed it by when questions were clearing out.
Yeah.
So thank you. When you are measuring for indoor and outdoor shade, do you measure tight or allow for some clearance before inputting into the dealer portal? Jason, go ahead.
Sure. So, two really important points. First of all, yes, we want the full system width. So the measurements that you provide us wouldn't be fabric width. If you want to have them be fabric width, you can provide us with that, and we can work it backwards. But you need to bring that to our attention. So answering your question, yes. We want to know that the width you provide is from edge to edge of the system. So end cap to end cap if you're using end caps, and bracket to bracket if you're not using end caps. You definitely want to take 3 measurements, but really in terms of width, top, middle, and bottom. But really the most important one is where the system's going to mount in at the top. And unless there's a drastic change in the middle or the bottom, and by drastic, I mean like if it's out more than say ½ an inch on each side, then we need to discuss it. But beyond that, no, we want the full system width, for the shading solution, and as tight as you can fit it. You don't want to make it too tight.
Yeah, exactly. And in the portal, when you will mark the shade, because you will enter all the details for production at the end just before ordering. So there's a part of the portal that makes you quote. And then after that, you can retouch all the shades with every little missing details, like is the motor on the left side or right side. But doing those steps, you will save the shade is inside mount or outside mount. And when you will mark the shade as inside mount, you will need to acknowledge the fact that we're removing 1/8 of an inch to the fascia, 1/16 on each side, so the fascia fits inside the window frame properly without scratching and destroying the walls. So do you support RTI integration? The answer is yes. Thank you. It was the Zigbee integration that I was concerned about. So Zigbee integration right now, it's working, but with the Taoma hub. But in the future, it's going to be direct communication. It's going to be the same shades, the same motors. It's just going to be a different driver and a different procedure to join control for mesh. And when it will come out, we will have a new document to explain the steps to do so. Zigbee integration without the Taoma unit to be able to acquire the Zigbee shade into Composer. So I just entered that question at the same time. In a dual shade installation, Does each shade need a Cat 6E? Right, it's Cat 5V or better. So Cat 5V or Cat 6 cable run to it. The answer is yes. The answer is you need a Cat cable per motor. Okay, that's the paper specs. That's the way to do it. Is there workarounds? The answer is yes, but not with every switches that exist. Number one, I won't go too much in depth. If you want more specifics about it, just call us. But there is some PoE++ to PoE plus splitters that exist. But as of 2024, they are still a little bit bulky. The two I know are a little bit on the bulky side. So there's that way. And if you want to use two pairs for one shade and two pairs for the other shade, first of all, it's not that easy, and it's not that easy to create. And after that, it's not every switch who can handle it. So if you're designing and pre-wiring, I would say absolutely you need to pass one cable per motor. But then I'm more thinking about, okay, if one pair get damaged, do I have a plan B? You know, can I still make my shade work? The answer is yes, but it's not every switch who can handle it. When will you offer skylight horizontal shades? No ETA on that. Maybe one day. It's still on the plate, but we don't have an ETA for that, and it won't be in 2025, maybe 2026, Sean. Ralph, all my shades are pre-wired with high quality 18.4 speakers wire from Snap One. If I have two shades on one window, that will still work? Yes. Apologies. I mean switches in a small in a wall switch. Apologies. I mean switches as in wall switches to activate the blinds, not power switches. So if you're talking about PoE shades, you really need a control system, a home automation control system like Control 4, one of the home automation system available, like compatible with the PoE shades to make it work. And those wall switches or dimmers or keypads from that system will make those shade work. Now for the Zigbee shade right now, the way it works, so if there's no integration and you're not using like a Control 4 switch or dimmer or keypad, right now it's a mountable remote control, like you can wall mount the remote control, so that's doable. But there's probably a keypad that will come out in the next years or in the next months. I'm not sure exactly ETA, but I think there will be an option like that will be available, but I don't have ETA right now. If you don't have a Control 4 system or a system like that, you can wall mount the remote control. Where is the Ethernet port in shades? How do we run Ethernet cable from bottom or from ceiling? Jason?
Yeah, so it's not an actual port. It's a male pigtail that you can easily add a double female if you want to terminate male out of the wall. And the best place to come out is probably, if you're doing an inside mount, you'd come through the top. You can come through the side. Underneath the shade wouldn't be great. You're gonna, the wire's gonna be visible. You want to try and conceal it, through behind the shade. And if you come too low or too high, it's going to be exposed. So you want to stay, behind the bracket and within the confines of the bracket.
There's 8 more questions, Elizabeth. I know we're a little bit over time. I think we can try maybe to answer them quickly. Please, guys, don't enter new question. We'll finalize with the last 8. John here. Is there an installation and measuring training? Yes. And so on our portal, there's some cuts of a webinar we did with Snap One. The full length video is on their YouTube channel. Okay, it's called Clara Shades Best Practices on YouTube on the Snap One channel. But there's cuts of them also on our portal. So the answer is yes. If I run my system. Yeah.
Sorry, Alex. You could always book a genius too if you want to discuss it. If you have concepts that you watch the video and you wanted to just make sure you're 100% clear, get a Genius Squad appointment and talk to somebody in the team, and we'll make sure you're set straight.
Exactly. If I run my system off the 18.4 wire controlled by RTI, will Alexa still be able to control the shades? So the answer is because you have an 18.4, is you're gonna go towards the Zigbee lineup and you're gonna have a Taoma, and the answer is yes. And you will have RTI control and you will have Alexa. I don't know if Alexa can speak directly with RTI, but you'll be able to join our Alexa with the Taoma. So the Taoma will talk to Alexa and to RTI. I don't think there's a problem with that. Bradley, what is the largest custom shade you can make? So that, let's go one question after the other. So the largest is, so it becomes the fabric width that will become, so in a single shade, so coupled shade, there's no real limits. At one point, it just become above 3 coupled, it becomes harder sometimes to do it, like 4 or 5 panels with one motor. The motor will be strong enough to lift it up, but the install, it's a harder install and harder to make it perfect. Like it's more time consuming on your sides. Now for a single shade, generally it's got the shade, the height, it's not really a limit. Generally it's more a question of ratio, width per height, that will say, hey, you're going over the ratio. We'll let you know about that. But talking about the width, most before the concept of railroading a fabric, most fabric can reach a maximum of 118 inches. There are some exceptions. I don't want to cover them all today, but there are some exceptions. But most fabric can reach a maximum of 118 inches wide before railroading the fabric. Again, I don't want to go too much, but if we go and we railroad, like we saw earlier here, it's gonna be a maximum on 150 inches. One of the slides had that info. So, but it's gonna be with the concept of railroading the fabric, and it's not every fabric that can be railroadable. In our sample books, it's written which fabric can be railroaded. So before each section of the fabric, that info is there. That paper that you guys have that probably never read, between the fabrics, those info are there. Do you have skylight? Answered that no, we don't have a skylight at the moment. With your cable guided option, what are the max angles a wall can be tilted? Again, our outdoor shades are designed to be vertical, not angled. So I don't know if I'm going to answer everything today, but maybe you have some in-deep question, Bradley. You can call us after. Do you offer bottom-up? Yes, in custom. Assume we can do Roman shades with your rollers in our workroom. So yes, we do offer Roman shades, and for Roman shades, we don't offer the fabric. So we'll need to know the amount of the width, the height of the shade, but we will also need to know how many spools you will need. So thank you for those questions. Do you offer eco-friendly and sustainable option for shade fabrics? They're all eco-friendly. There's spec sheets for the fabric inside our dealer portal. So you go in the hardware section, there is all the tags. So the fabrics are fire retardant, and they're also anti-fungus, and they are eco-friendly. So you can go look at all those specifications directly on the portal. Where in the portal do I request the intro run through a new dealer? So it's on the left side, Genius Squad, and then you'll be able to select a calendar slot there. You'll select book a Genius Squad at the Clara dealer, Clara intro, and you'll select a time slot through a Google Calendar. So pretty easy. So again, left side menu, Genius Squad section. If PoE shade is assigned IP and subnet gets changed, how to change IP for an IP? How to change IP for an IP shade, Jason?
So I'm not 100% sure that I understand. First of all, the shades come in DHCP, so whatever network they're attached to is the address. Now, if you're saying you're putting a static reservation in the router or something to force it, I mean, it would really be how you commission the network. The shades come auto, configuration, dynamic,
But if I can add, there is a PoE configurator tool also. So when you go in the portal, in the S-line section, there is a PoE configurator tool that will track your network for their specific MAC address. So you can re-enter each shade and change the IP address rapidly. So there is that way too. I hope we both answered your question. Now, Christian, the battery shades, do they carry their own custom battery or are they D batteries like Lutron? So, Jason?
Yeah, they're lithium ion batteries incorporated right in the tube. There's no, opening up or replacing batteries. And as mentioned earlier with the magnetic pigtail charger, probably don't even need to climb a ladder to recharge them.
Yeah, exactly. And you will not, now the next question can be, hey, but will I need to change the entire motor but the reality of those battery, they will last 300 to 500 recharge. So, and you have one recharge every year and a half. So they're gonna outlive the client and the house itself. And finally, do you manufacture your own motors or use another vendor? So depending on the solution, it's different brands of motors. There's no it's so you can see the motor brands for each one because there's many motors. So when you're inside the portal and you select the operator, you know the brand of the motor. So we don't manufacture our own motors. It's all American-made or European-made motors. There's no cheap Chinese OEM motors or something like that. It's really, really good motors, all of them. But because they're different brand, I don't want to answer it one by one. When you select it, you can see it like S-line Zigbee powered by and all of those ones. And Ron is concluding. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Ron, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I want to give the last word to Elizabeth. Thank you, Jason, again.
Wow, amazing job, Clara team. Thank you so much for your time today. Folks who joined the call, thank you so much for watching. Again, this webinar recording will be made available. It's going to be made available snap1events.com/archive, and it'll also be on our Snap One Partner Store YouTube page, as Alex mentioned. So for those of you that want to rewatch, feel free to head over there. If you don't remember, I can drop it in the chat, of course. Thank you so much for your time, team.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.